You might have seen many examples of data sets that are already labeled, that is, they have various kinds of rows and columns, or maybe they are in the form of files, but they have some information in it so that the machine learning models can predict it further and get to know about different kinds of trends, patterns, and also the future values. But what if in this era we want to know the meaning of life? What is life and how would it be? Or similarly, if we want to generate something imaginary that is not existing in the world, or maybe we want an image that is not even available on the Google Images or any kind of platform, there comes the use of generative AI. And hence, generative AI is a very, very awesome technology that has been luring in today's world, especially since the coming of ChatGPT, as we all know. Hey guys, welcome back to AI Banter with Namya, and in today's video we are going to know about generative AI and its contribution made by AWS. Many people have so many questions about what AWS actually is and how is it supporting artificial intelligence and providing services for the same. So let's go towards the video. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel down below and watch the full video. When we talk about training the generative AI models, they are not just made up of thousands or hundred thousands of parameters. They actually require parameters that are in millions and billions. Now, for example, if we consider ChatGPT, do you know that it is made up of 175 billion parameters? Yes, that's correct. So the generative AI models take a lot of training data so that they can scrape information and even take out new information that has not been taken out by people previously, or even the developers or the data engineers. The task of the model is to explore and to answer the questions that have never been answered before. And that is why the parameters in billions are required. Now currently, similar to ChatGPT, we have two more models that are Google Bard and Meta's Llama 2. Now all of these three models have huge amount of training data behind them. But the thing is that they are all generalized. Now if a company, for example a private firm, wants to use this, they cannot use it directly, as the data would get trained from the company's private data, which obviously cannot be leaked to the generalized form. For this, AWS has come forward and it provides services to the companies so that they can train from their own data on top of cloud, as well as keeping it private, and also utilizing the technology of generative artificial intelligence. You might have recently seen so many developers coming up and starting an AI-based startup in the name of ChatGPT, because they have created their own applications just by using the code of ChatGPT, and there are so many of them that have been successful. But side by side, we've also seen that ChatGPT came out with the news that its users are going down recently, and also their cost of operation has been increasing so much. Huge amount of computing power is needed in order to train so many billions of parameters that cannot be done on simple computers and desktops. And thus we come up on the topic of AWS and how it is providing services of generative AI to private enterprises. Now, in order to run these models, we need three special tools, that is AWS Inferentia, AWS Trainium, and AWS Inferentia 2. So let's see what all these are. These EC tools are very much cost efficient, and also they give a very high performance in order to run the models. Even the models with these softwares can be very difficult to write unless and until you are a very highly qualified PhD holder. So of course, Amazon came up with the solution of Amazon Bedrock. It is a platform that provides you the easiest way to build generative AI applications that can even be used by startups. So basically, when we talk about Amazon Bedrock, here is the website of it, aws.amazon.com/bedrock/. So the benefits of these are that they have various kinds of foundational models. That is, every company has a different type of data that they want to choose upon. So what AWS has done is they've created various kinds of base models, you can say, so that you can choose the appropriate one for your firm. And then it has really easy model customization with your data. Then also it has native support for RAG to extend the power of FMs with proprietary data. FMs are basically the foundational models only. So with the knowledge base for Amazon Bedrock, we can connect the foundational model to actually our data source so that we can retrieve the augmentation from within the managed service and extend the foundational models already powerful capabilities and making it more knowledgeable for our specific domain and organization. And thus this is how AWS is helping the firms, or even is helping large firms, enterprises, or even the startups to make full use of generative AI without having to compromise with the high computational power that is needed for the models to run. Also, of course, as it's by Amazon, it ensures data security and compliance. Now let's see the use cases of Amazon Bedrock and what they've given over here. So currently, like on their website, they've given very basic use cases that any kind of startup or maybe a single user can make, but actually in reality it goes a huge long way. So let us see first the basic use cases that have been given. First, text generation in order to create new pieces of content, and such as blog posts, social media posts, and even the web page copies. Second, it has given virtual assistants. For example, there's so many virtual assistants that each and every firm needs. For example, even a startup, they need a bot that can interact with the customer initially. Then third, they've given search in order to search, find, and synthesize relevant information to answer questions from a large corpus of data. Fourth, text summarization. And fifth, image generation. So basically, let me tell you a huge use case. For example, we have customer support. So customer support plays a very important role in generative AI. Every time when we call on customer care, there is a person that picks up the call and then looks for the solution in their system for our problem. Now what if there is generative AI and we just enter our problem and it directly looks for the solution that can be done? It is basically automation. Now definitely this can reduce the role of human developers, but it also enhances the process because directly, when the person has written on the board that this is the problem that the customer is facing, so it can directly give out the solution from the huge training corpus of data that already a big private company has. So it makes the process very efficient, and also it brings down their cost because there is only one initial cost that is taken in order to set up a generative AI model, but then it becomes cost efficient because they can handle many more customers in a shorter period of time. Now let's look at a case study of Booking.com. So as you all might know or not know, Booking.com is actually a website. It's a company that helps people to book their stays in hotels, homes, and much more. We can also book various kinds of hotels at any kind of place, and this is their website. So let's go on to the case study of how Booking.com has used Amazon Bedrock in order to integrate generative AI onto their platform. So here we are, where we'll see how Booking.com has helped customer experience a new world of travel using AWS and generative AI. First of all, they have their intelligent travel inspiration. So their emerging technology has always been a part of Booking.com's success. Definitely, that's why it's a very huge company for booking stays. And what they've done is, with the help of generative AI and with the help of people's gestures on what kind of places they want to go and where they want to stay, it gives them surprises as to where they can go to the next destination and also when can they go. As we can see over here, destination ideas that wow, it has all the ingredients to be a transformative technology, especially in the travel industry. It gives you the ability with pretty loose parameters to return to a suggestion that's completely new and that you hadn't considered. Then next, taking the friction out of travel. making it easier for everyone to experience this world. This is actually the mission of Booking.com. The challenge of finding the right itinerary or destination is a point of friction in the customer's journey. The question was how the online travel agent could use data to match people with experience that were beyond their experience. So yeah, this is all about Booking.com, and I hope you like these applications because this is how we can get to know more and more about Amazon Bedrock and how it was using those three models that we discussed. So similarly, we have many more case studies like Genesis strengthens their customer and employees experiences using Bedrock, then Whereas Fast redefines insurance customer support with Amazon Bedrock, how to use Amazon Bedrock securely within Salesforce and Einstein Copilot Studio. Then there are so many multiple tutorials. If you wish to go on over there, you can explore it. And Amazon AWS is basically full of surprises. The more you go deeper into it, the more you go deeper into cloud actually, the more you can get the more you understand about it. Now first of all, when generative AI technology was not there of course there was not a thing as Amazon Bedrock. We used to have ML Studio that used to work on basic traditional model, but now with the coming up of generative AI applications and the company is seeing that more and more people are actually interested to get to know more about it and work on it, AWS has actually come up with this Amazon Bedrock. So this was all about Amazon Bedrock and how this platform is helping enterprises and startups to explore and build their own generative AI models that are private for their own firm. Now comes the best part, where I'll tell you about the 4 courses that are very educational and have been put forward by Amazon itself. So course number 1 is Generative AI with Large Language Models. The link for all of these courses will be down in the description box below. So in this course, you'll learn more about how generative AI works, about the basics of prompt engineering, and how you can deploy in the real world applications. Now we come on to course number 2, Generative AI for Executives. It's a free stack of videos for actually the executives, for them to understand how can generative AI be used for different kinds of business challenges and how they can apply this technology in different kinds of problems that are faced by their clients. Course number 3 is Generative AI Foundations on AWS. It focuses on the basic structure of AWS and tells you how to train and deploy your models specifically on the AWS platforms. Now we come on to course number 4. Course number 4 is actually for the starting out developers that can Amazon 𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now it's a free tool which helps the developers to code faster, and it is actually built upon generative AI that suggests the developers on what code can be written ahead. So it's a very useful tool for that. So these were the 4 courses that you can go about, and also there are many more courses on artificial intelligence and machine learning that have been put forward by Amazon on AWS Skill Builder and AWS Educate. So this was all about today's video. I hope you liked the video and learned more and more about all the specific features of AWS that it provides to the companies, startups, and even the starting out developers in order to learn more and more about generative AI. So this was all about today. I hope you liked the video. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also share the videos with your friends. Talk to you later. Bye bye.